So if you have been around my channel for any amount of time, you probably know that I am obsessed with media, like watching things, reading things. It is the primary reason that I want to learn any languages. And so I am always looking for good shows and movies. I have a list of favorite shows in Spanish, but I haven't found tons that I am absolutely obsessed with. Earlier this year, I started trying to find Spanish language platforms and not only watch, Netflix originals or things that were on Netflix. So earlier this year, I tried the platform Filmin, and I did like this, but ultimately I didn't end up keeping the subscription for now, at least. It is kind of more of an art film type platform, so a little bit like HBO, but even more artistic than that. But someone in the mini immersion Discord, whose Instagram I will put here, mentioned some shows on the network RTVE, which has an app called RTVEplay. And so I was like, oh, interesting, let me check this out. And they did have many shows that I have heard of, heard people talk about, but I had never had the opportunity to watch. And so apparently this is free in certain countries. It is not free in the US. So if you are in the US, you may want to experiment with relocating your network elsewhere. But I did go ahead and get the subscription. It is $4.99 a month, at least at the time of filming, and I have been loving it. So I wish that I could tell you that I have tried out all these great shows and everything, but honestly, I have just watched the first 2 seasons of La Casa. It is a kind of missing persons or investigation type show. I did really, really like the first one. I think I gave the first season 4 stars, and the second one was not quite as good, so I gave that one 3.5 stars. But anyway, I've been stuck on that show because I was obsessed with finding out what happened, but I also have been watching El Ministerio del Tiempo, which is a show that when I first started learning Spanish was on Netflix, and I watched the first episode, and then it was removed from Netflix right then, no forewarning or anything. It was just off of Netflix the next time I tried to watch it, and I was so disappointed at the time. And so now we have come full circle, and I am able to watch this show, which you do see talked about a lot online, and so I'm very excited to be able to watch it. Some other ones that I have on my list to watch are Dos Vidas, Antes de Perder. I have saved the show Wake Up, which I'd never heard of before, but it looks like it might be a sci-fi show, and so I am interested in that one as well. So truly there are so many shows on here, and I believe that regardless of where you are, some of them are free, but most of the ones that I was interested in, if you're in the US, are a subscription or, a VPN potentially. But I think for $5 a month, in comparison to some of the other platforms, if you are really focusing on Spanish, this is a great option with tons of shows. The only thing that I don't like about it, and it's no fault of the platform, is that most of the shows are an hour or longer. All of the ones that I have saved seem to be between 50 minutes to an hour and 15 minutes. And I am just, I don't know what this says about me, but I struggle with shows that are longer than 40 minutes an episode. But again, that's a me problem, and so all it's doing is giving me more input, so that's good. So definitely check it out, especially if you are outside the US. You may be able to get it for completely free. I have searched for other platforms that I would like to try at some point. So as I mentioned, I have already tried Filmin, and definitely may return to that in the future. Another one that I am very curious about is Atresplayer, Movistar Plus, Mitele Plus, and Cinepolis. All of those were suggested as Spanish language platforms where shows and movies exist. So those are probably worth a check as well. Also, there are lots of things like Pluto TV and other things that I will have on the screen that are free and have a little bit more of a limited catalog, but still great opportunities to watch movies and potentially some shows as well. So So this video is also coming as somewhat of a stopgap measure since I filmed a Spanish media wrap-up that I am not able to publish right now because it does contain a lot of Netflix shows and movies, and I am not certain what does and does not fall under the strike. Presumably many of the actors are not in the US, but I'm not sure. Obviously, I do not want to be crossing the picket line. So because Netflix is a struck network, I do just want to not post that video right now. But in the absence of American companies that are capable of negotiating fair wages for their employees, we can look elsewhere and promote shows potentially elsewhere for people to watch. So definitely let me know if you have tried any of these apps or services, what you thought. If you have shows to recommend, definitely leave them in the comments so that other people can see them as well. And I will see you in the next video. Mentioned some shows. So earlier this year, I tried the platform Film, and nope, that's not what it was. Oh my god.